Please welcome Pete Como, Senior Vice President, Strategy and Operations.
Are we there yet? Are we here yet? Yes! Welcome to the Phocuswright Conference 2019. Thank you all very much for joining us here in what is now sunny Florida. Once again, at this year's conference, we bring together travel industry's leaders with the most eager entrepreneurs. Every year, Phocuswright analysts spend days' worth of time brainstorming and developing a theme that reflects the state of the industry. For most of you with small children, like me, this year's theme immediately evokes memories of those long road trips where that phrase was repeated every 30 seconds until the destination was finally reached. The travel industry is in many ways analogous to a long road trip. My industry road trip began decades ago. There was no online shopping, very limited information available, and certainly not a lot of variance around my path to purchase. My family browsed through the brochures at the local agency and the ones that have been sent to us in the mail. We called the hotel or resort, airline or travel agent, and made the reservation. We never considered short-term rentals as a viable accommodation choice, even though we were a family of 6 and we did not book in destination activities in advance. Rather, we browsed the brochure rack at the hotel, which actually still happens today. The destination was chosen, the trip was booked, there was a lot of anticipation, yet patience remained very much intact, and anxiety actually remained pretty low. Does this remind you of the first few miles of that road trip? Kids are happy, chatter's limited, everyone is, for the most part, satisfied gazing out the window, dreaming about what it'll be like when we finally get to that destination. There was very little disagreement about what song was on the radio or what game will be played, whether it's license plate bingo or alphabet soup with road signs. However, the pace of technology change has increased exponentially over the last 30 years. The expectation that I should be delivered the right product at the right time on the right device is in place, but it's not being fully met. My process of booking the trip now involves scouring over 40 websites, which is actually not a problem, but an essential component of the travel booking journey. I've read reviews, I've shot prices across metasearch, OTA, and supplier sites, and during this process, I'm also bombarded by information and by advertisers trying to lure me to their destination or booking channel. I finally make the choice and book the trip. However, post-booking, I am still served up ads by competitive destinations and booking sites. I start to wonder if I chose the right destination and if I got the best deal. I reflect back on all those reviews that I read and all the photos and videos I consumed, and my angst continues to grow. All of a sudden, from the back seat, I hear it for the first time.
Dad, are we there yet?
We gather here at the Phocuswright Conference alongside industry leaders to parse the past, pinpoint the present, and forge the future. Phocuswright's Maggie Rausch and Lorraine Cilio will share their journey on this road trip and dig much deeper into the theme of this year's conference and its implications as we kick off center stage tomorrow morning. Once again, welcome to the Phocuswright Conference. There's 1,700 of you here from 850 companies from over 52 countries. 26% of you are from distribution companies, 35% are providing technology solutions to the industry, 11% from financial services firms, and 14% are suppliers. Nearly 3 out of 5 of you are senior level executives. We have a record 75 participants in our Young Leaders Summit, and more than 70 startups, translating to over 100 participants in yesterday's startup program. If you need anything during your 3 days here at the Diplomat Hotel, don't hesitate to approach anyone with a Phocuswright name badge. If we cannot address your problem immediately, We will find someone who can. That is our pledge. Hold us to it. We have a jam-packed program over the next 3 days. Today, we kick off with our innovation programming, which includes Summit for startups, Launch for established companies, and some main stage content focused on technology and investment trends. We also mix in our HSMAI think tank, which is a lunch session focused on innovation in hospitality marketing. We conclude the day with our Summit Award ceremony, where we will crown the best startup and award the General Catalyst $100,000 investment. Then on to happy hour and networking until late in the evening. Tomorrow, we kick off bright and early with our Women's Leadership Initiative. We've expanded our research coverage of gender equity and inclusion and look forward to sharing the findings with both men and women who are invested in advancing this key industry challenge. Then Center Stage kicks off at 9 a.m., where the leaders of our industry will share strategies and debate the most important topics impacting the marketplace today and into the future. Breakouts dominate the middle of the day, where the theories presented on Center Stage are translated into practice. We then kick off the afternoon session of Center Stage with the announcement of our Summit and Launch People's Choice winners. And once again, at the end of the day, we enjoy happy hour and evening networking. Thursday is dedicated solely to Center Stage, and we conclude our programming with a late lunch. Remember that you can always watch Summit sessions, Launch sessions, and Center Stage sessions in our on-demand platform after the event. As we transition to Summit, I wanted to first reinforce our positioning around innovation and explain how we support the ecosystem for all different stakeholders. Our open access research platform is the foundation for our entire coverage of innovation. We've also created a curated networking platform to connect startups with corporates and investors. Furthermore, we have a number of partners who support our goal of fostering innovation in the industry. For early stage companies, we've created the Startup Program, where we connect startups with mentors. We also produce Battleground, which takes place in different markets around the world and allows us to really dig in and find those pre-seeded startups and put them in front of our audience. We'll be at TTE, Travel Technology Europe, in late February of 2020, again at the Google headquarters in June, and we also have a relationship with WIT, so we'll be there in October. For later stage startups, our Summit Stage is a platform for them to pitch their companies in front of you, the largest gathering of travel industry leaders and investors who are looking for the next big thing. For established companies, we created Launch to provide a platform for new product launches. Lastly, we connect investors with all parts of the marketplace to help guide where they make their best bets. The end result is a platform that is designed to identify the best companies that are coming into the market, to help promising startups gain awareness with our network, and ultimately connect them with funding and potential acquisition. So what is the state of startups? We've researched over 2,500 travel startups since 2005 and categorized them by vertical and horizontal, and we've organized them by funding rounds to determine which segments of the industry are receiving the largest share of the dollars. So funding exploded in 2018, and that was clearly fueled by Oyo's billion-dollar round led by SoftBank. But among the other reasons for the funding boom was the bullish global online travel outlook and frenzied late-stage investor support for new business models that have the potential to scale continentally as well as globally. Now, as we move on to Summit, our competition for the industry's most promising startups and scale-ups, we've categorized the startups this year to help you determine which of these startups are most interesting for you. So we have a booking category, an in-destination category, an air category, luggage storage, software as a service, platform as a service, chat and voice, corporate, and hotel. A key thing to note that the categories are really a rough guide, so it doesn't really explain the entire parts of the startup's business, but it gives you that guide. We've also shortened the pitch time from 6 minutes to 5 minutes, which should quicken the pace a little and allow for a larger percentage of the startup's time for that on-stage interaction. A quick mention of recognition for Trip Ninja, which is a B2B flight search company who is our standby innovator in the case that one of our other innovators was not able to make it to the stage today. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the competition, I'd like to first acknowledge our partners who help support our innovation platform. The quality of the companies that we put on stage today directly correlates to the support of the sponsors. And our track record is pretty solid. Over the last 12 years, we've screened thousands of startups. We've selected 456 of them to present on the stage, and they've collectively raised $3.9 billion, and 78% of them have been acquired. So what makes the summit competition different than other pitch events in the industry? It's the process. So we have 24 innovators. They'll each have 8.5 minutes on stage. They'll deliver 6-minute pitches, or 5-minute pitches rather, and then they'll have 3.5 minutes of interaction with the dragons. The dragons will challenge their assumptions and help the audience understand the likelihood of success for each startup. The dragons will also judge the startups on the following criteria. Tech innovation, business model innovation, potential business value, the ability of them to sell their company, quality of the management team, and potential to create breakthrough value. We'll present the following awards at the end of the day. Most innovative startup, most innovative emerging company, the OAG Award for Innovation, General Catalyst Award for Travel Innovation, and then tomorrow we will award the People's Choice Award at 3:30. So how do you vote for the People's Choice Award? Pretty simple. Just open your app, tap on My Event on the bottom navigation, My Surveys and Voting, and you can vote for your favorite innovator. You can also vote on your laptop through the My Surveys tab. Voting will open at 1:10 p.m. for Summit, so after the last presenter has exited the stage, and at 4:20 for launch, again, after the last presenter has left the stage. So let's kick off Summit. I'd like to start by